We realize that we have one life and one chance to live it, and we believe that God has told us to go. Before Charlotte and I met each other, we both knew we were called to missions. The first time I felt called to missions was on a youth camp where I felt very strongly that God was going to use me in other nations and especially in Africa, and that has just kept growing in my heart.
Growing up, I always wanted to be a businesswoman, until one day in my devotions I felt God saying to me that I'd go to the nations. I received a prophecy when I was 19 that she saw my feet dirty with Africa's soil. I prayed then that if it was from God, then He would give me a heart for the nations, and He did. On our wedding day, Jaycee and I committed our marriage to God and said that we would go when and wherever God wanted to use us.
We have both been on various mission trips and have always loved the people of Zambia. God has really grown our hearts for people as we've opened up our hearts to them and their situations.
When asked if we would consider moving to Zambia, I knew straight away what Jaycee's answer would be. But as most people know, I'm the more cautious one and needed God to tell me very clearly that this is where He wanted us to be. God took me through a process of showing me everything that we'd have to give up if we chose to move there, and then asked me if I was willing to still give it up for Him. He reminded me of Matthew 9 verse 37. The harvest is ripe, but the workers are few. We then answered with the yes that we had promised God years before.
In the western province of Zambia, there are thousands of people going to an eternity without God, and we can do something about it. It is so exciting that the harvest is ripe, and we now have the chance to change a nation's trajectory forever. Romans 10 verse 14 to 15 says, "And how can they know who to trust if they haven't heard of the one who can be trusted? And how can they hear if nobody tells them? And how can anybody go and tell them unless somebody is sent to do it?" For us to be sent, we need to raise funds in 3 areas: our setup, our work, and our personal expenses. View Church is going to cover our personal expenses, but we still need to raise our work expenses and our setup costs.
As you can see, we still need to raise $45,000 for our once-off setup costs, as well as $2,800 for our monthly work expenses.
So, if you're wanting to partner with us in this amazing opportunity, this is how you can do it. Click on the link below, which will take you to the Zambia Project website. Click on the donate page and scroll down to the way that you would like to give, or fill out a debit order form to support us monthly. Remember, every amount helps and no amount is too small. Alternatively, do a direct deposit into the preferred future account.
Thank you. We trust that you will prayerfully consider partnering in God's calling for us to help share His word with the unreached people group of Western Zambia.